Hello, so welcome back and Happy New Year 2026. We're actually a week into 2026 because ever since New Year's Day I've had this dreadful cold. I've still got the remnants, as you can probably hear, and so I haven't actually been out here very much. I've just been about an hour at a time. I'll sneak out and then I've had enough. But 2025 was absolutely fantastic year. We did lots of racing. I did a bit more old car stuff than I have been doing for the last few years. So, and 2026 is going to be brilliant. So I thought what we'd do in this video is just have a quick look around the workshop, have a look at a few of things that's going on. There's a lot of unfinished projects that I'm trying to get. There's a few things I want to get done before we can start on the Brabham again. I haven't got the chassis back yet, but that's not a problem because we've got lots of other things going on. So let's have a little look. I took the Napier out over the Christmas period and we had a little drive around in it, but I don't envisage using it anymore. So for a few months, so I put it up on the top of the ramp out the way and I swapped it over with the MGB. I put a cover over the MGB because the Napier does actually leak a little bit, but the MGB will probably be the first thing I use because I've entered the Vintage Sports Car Club Pomeroy Trophy, and this year I'm going to do it in the MG. So if you remember last time, I did it in the Napier, which was incredibly slow. But yeah, so that's going to be a bit of fun. I've done it quite a few times in the MG. So yeah, that'll be quite cool. Still a work in progress, but as you can see, I've actually been starting to work in here, so it's got in a bit of a mess. Is my machine shop and fabrication shop, if you like. But basically what was brought about was about a year ago, well, it was a year ago, my next door neighbour unfortunately died, and it was a dear old friend of mine, and he got these machine tools in his workshop, and the family kindly allowed me to buy them, and it's they've got quite a bit of sentimental value really, because the lathe, for instance, I don't actually need a new lathe because I've got a perfectly good lathe here, but I've done a lot of lathe work on there, and Tony taught me a lot about machining on these machines. So so it's sort of like well, sentimental reasons I've kept it really, and I bought it. But the milling machine is quite special. It's obviously a manual machine, and takes quite a bit of skill to operate it. I've used it a lot, and but if I was to tell you both this milling machine and the lathe produced a motorbike and sidecar that went around the Isle of Man at an average speed of 100 miles an hour. That's how special this machine is, and I feel quite privileged to have them in my workshop. And yeah, he was a really good friend, and I do miss him. But and he was very courageous because he obviously raced a sidecar in the 70s, and they did quite well, I think. But I've got a little story that I'm going to have to tell you because we were testing. It was when I had my Formula Ford, and we were testing at Silverstone, and Tony came along. And he was listening from the pit lane, and he said to me, he said, "I think you've got an exhaust gasket, exhaust manifold's loose a little bit." And I thought, well, I don't know how he can tell. I don't know how he knows that. I thought, well, you know, he's having me on. So we checked the bolts and what have you, but they all seemed tight. And do you know what? The first race, so I was racing that weekend, the first race, the exhaust gasket blew out. And you think he knew, didn't he? He knew. So anyway, I miss him. I do miss him dearly. It's even though it's a year, I still look for him really sometimes. So yeah, that's all a bit of a shame, but yeah. So we've still got the Brabham to finish. We're nearly there, to be honest. Obviously the radiator's now it's not on, but that's not a real problem. But I'm trying to set up the suspension. I've got these new shock absorbers, which because I broke one of the others, and they're not quite the same, and there's quite a lot of free length travel there. So I've taken the springs off, and so the first job I'm going to do is I'm going to check that it's not grounding out. So I may have to put a little spacer in here to stop it, you know, on the bump stop, a bigger bump stop, so it doesn't ground out on the floor. But and that'll probably be the next video actually. So we've got the two 1903 Cadillacs that we're still working on. Howard's chassis is coming along quite nicely. He's like totally rebuilding that nut and bolt, painting everything, making new parts and what have you. This one is so mine is just as it is, if you like. I'm just I like the oily rag sort of look. Those that have seen any of my cars know that I don't like polishing, so but we're waiting on the engines. The engines are almost there, actually, to be honest. So I think next week Howard's coming back and we're going to try and get the engine back into mine. Well, we're going to have a look at the engines now. So here are the engines. This is Howard's engine. He's apparently the original was all silver, had a silver flywheel, and we've built that up with a silver flywheel. I didn't like that, so I painted mine black because mine was black when I got the car. So mine's black, but as you can see, it's actually almost virtually built up now. It's got all the valve gear and what have you on there, and the engine's all timed. I've just painted the flywheel, so I can't turn this engine. I'm gonna, these oilers, because I like everything scruffy, I've kept all these old pipes, but I've actually got a new set of pipes here. So I've got to replace those, but next week this engine will be popped back in the car. So yeah, it's been quite an interesting project, or it's been quite long actually. So there's the old crank, and yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, it's about time we got these back on the road, these cars, and hopefully with any luck we might be able to use them in an event in April. So no pressure. So that's the Brabham just sat there as I took it apart, really. So I haven't really done anything. So it's just that, well, the Caterham took up a little bit of, was something I wasn't expecting to have to do. So, but it'll be okay. We'll get there. So there we go. As you can see, I'm quite busy, got enough to be getting on with. I really do need to finish some of these projects, and then I'm conscious that I've got I've got some track days booked with the Caterham, and I've got a track day booked in March with the Brabham. So, and as I haven't got the chassis back, when that does come back, I'm gonna have to really get on with that. Luckily, there's not much going on with the farm in this time of year, so so I should be able to get out here quite a lot and just crack on. So I've noticed that on these videos there's like a hype button. I don't know what it does, but it does something. So if you'd like to sort of like hype me up a little bit, that might help. And but thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, send me any comments. I love reading the comments. Hype button, can't hurt, can it? And we'll see you next time. And remember, how hard can it be?